What is up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing Pidgeot alongside with Lapras and Alolan Muck. And before I was going to make this video, I was like, let me check to see if anyone else made a video. And of course, Zionic beat me again. But in case you haven't seen it, I will link to Zionic's video in the description below if you want to see, another set done with Pidgeot. And then you can watch this one too, kind of get a good feel of how it works. And before we start, also, yesterday's video, I had a lot of trouble uploading it. My software has been really buggy ever since I updated my Mac OS to Big Sur, just having a bunch of problems. And I forgot to mention in that last video that I did shortly learn after I was doing that set that Bone Club is, double super effective or quadruple super effective, however you want to say it. It's basically, yeah, it's really super effective against the Alolan Gravelers and Alolan Golems. So definitely want to throw Bone Club. Let more energy, damage per energy than Shadow Bone. But anyways, let's just get into these videos. This one's gonna be a quick one. We're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna do the pronunciation in the next video, I promise. Okay, so let's just get right into it. And so the reason this team is I built this team is more of like a triple wall to like Alolan Marowak. So, you have Muck, which beats it. You have Pidgeot, which double resist the ghost moves. And also, I think it double resists the ground moves as well. So it's a very good wall for Alolan Marowak. It's not as strong as Snorlax, but the good thing about that is, if you win switch advantage, sometimes you don't want to have a whole ton of health left over when you win switch advantage, because then they can come in and farm you with one of their Pokemon. Like, for example, if they have a Lapras, they can farm you quite heavily if you win that secondary matchup with too much HP. So I kind of like Pidgeot for that reason. You'll definitely have no problem beating Marowak, but you also won't have like 75% health or 50% health to where you will, be getting farmed down by Lapras or something like that, or like Alolan Golem for that matter. So, or Graveler. So I think it's a good pick for this team. And then we have Lapras, of course, as a third, counter to Alolan Marowak, and it also can counter. Like, this team is sort of double weak to the Rock and Electric, but Lapras has Surf, which only takes 4 Ice Shards to charge up to, and it can fight really hard against the Alolan Golems and Gravelers, so it's not like you're horribly weak to them. So yeah, we're going to see in this battle here, we throw the Skull Bash to get that defense boost, and you're going to see how we do in this set. We have a really, really good set here, obviously. We go 5-0, and so the Lapras matchup, the Lapras mirror is kind of boring, but it is good to throw Skull Bash first, and usually just go straight for Skull Bash every time because it, gets more damage, gets that matchup over quicker. But they switch into Alolan Marowak. Shadow Ball is not going to do much damage because our defense has been raised. And then we're going to throw the Surf, which knocks them out. And then they have a Lapras. We're going to just go ahead and throw another Surf. And they're pretty much down. So yeah, it's going to be a good games from here. So yeah, pretty good first battle. Sorry, I was kind of talking through the first half of it. But yeah, Pidgeot actually didn't get much play. I do love the Gust animation. I love, love, love that animation. I think it's one of the coolest animations in the game. So I really do like the addition of that move to its pool. Very, very awesome. I love using it. It is slow, though. It is a 4-turn move. So it's like the same as Confusion, but it is super, super awesome to look at. And again, second game, we have a Lapras Lead. And this matchup is pretty decent. I believe Sludge Wave does more damage, and so I go straight for the Sludge Wave just to see if I can land it. And sure enough, they don't shield, does a huge chunk of damage. So now we're looking good. And I decide to switch out to my Lapras to try to catch the Surf, and I do catch it. So that was awesome because now I still got some energy and health left on my Muck, so it's awesome. That'll definitely come in handy against this Hypno here. This is a purified Hypno, but most likely it's running Shadow Ball and Thunder Punch. Those are the two like standard moves for this cup. It's not always recommended, it depends on the cup that you're playing. But for this cup, Shadow Ball is definitely recommended because of Alolan Marowak. You need to have some fight back against that threat, and so Shadow Ball is good for that reason. So we're gonna go throw a Surf, and that's just gonna knock out the Hypno. And their Lapras is pretty much even with ours. We're a little bit lower, but I don't need to keep this Lapras alive much longer. And I'm actually going to get to a Surf because Lapras does resist water and ice. Remember, the ice typing only resists ice, but water resists both of them, water and ice. And so it's double resistant to ice. So those ice shards don't do a lot of damage at all. Gonna come in with the Alolan Muck, and this is going to do a little bit of chunk damage. By the way, I forgot to talk about my background today. It is like a kind of a Japanese park, like in the autumn. So, you know, I'm kind of keeping the autumn theme a little bit going with this. And then here comes Pidgeot, and they lag a little bit, which is unfortunate. I think there was lag in the first game too, so there still is a decent amount of lag in the game. It's not horrible, but it still is there, which kind of sucks. Aqua Tail might not KO from here, but it is a shadow, so it almost did. But we still survive, and we have enough energy to throw the Aerial Ace. That's all we needed, actually, because that Lapras was pretty much dead. And yeah, one Snarl will do it. That was actually quite a close match, but we do take it down for 2-0 in the set. And let's see what the lead is against Leapster 10. And let's see what they lead here. A Hypno, so another great lead. This is a really good lead for us. Blastoise is going to come in, and I like to switch out because we resist the water moves. So I throw in Lapras. Had I thrown in Pidgeot, you know, Hydro Cannon would do a big chunk of damage. Plus, Blastoise can also learn Ice Beam, something to watch out for. But this one is running Skull Bash, so very, very powerful. It's a very, very powerful move. Good neutral coverage. Doesn't do anything against Marowak, but you know, most other Pokemon it does. So we throw our own Skull Bash, and it looks like they shielded that one. And they go for the Hydro Cannon. That's resisted, but we have no health left. So we come back in with the Alolan Muck, and Alolan Muck is just so spammy. If you are struggling at all with this cup, if you put Alolan Muck on your team, you're gonna do just fine for the most part. So it only takes 4 Snarls to get to that Dark Pulse, which hits for neutral damage on a lot of Pokemon, and then super effective, of course, against Hypno and Marowak. So it's like really awesome. So yeah, gonna throw the Dark Pulse, and does a good, decent chunk damage on the Blastoise. This will for surely probably knock us out, so I said for surely probably. It'll probably knock us out, so I'd shield it. And then I switch out because I didn't want to get farmed. So I switched out to get a little bit of an energy lead, because that's huge for Pidgeot. And here comes the Brave Bird. Hypno is very tanky, but look at how much damage. That was definitely over 50% damage. And we are going to probably get knocked out here, but that's fine because we have a Dark Pulse ready to go. But we're going to not actually throw it. We're just going to farm up. So yeah, because the confusions are a little slow, I don't need to worry about, and we resist Psychic. So yeah. And then poor Mew only gets like 1 Shadow Claw in. We throw double Dark Pulse at it. Oh man. So yeah, that was GG's. That Mew had no recourse, no defense whatsoever. So yeah, good games there. And let's go into the 4th battle. We have Taka Bun Bun Bun. Very interesting name. This set was also done on stream, so if you want to see me battle live, just go to twitch.tv/jrskatrgaming, and if your notifications are on, you will get notified when I go live. But yeah, anyways, we have a decent lead there. I forget what it was. It was a Hypno, I think it was. I forget. I can't remember. But anyways, they go into Alolan Marowak, and we go into Pidgeot. This is like the perfect scenario for us. We can just go straight Aerial Ace. We don't need to throw the Brave Bird. And it's going to do a nice chunk of damage. I don't need to shield this because we aren't going to get KO. The worst thing that can happen in this matchup is you get the debuff from the Shadow Bone, like on the first try. And that would be a situation where you might have to shield that second one. But we don't get the debuff, so that's awesome. And it only took like 1 confusion to knock us out, which is perfect. That Hypno is not going to get much energy. And throwing the Thunder Punch at our Muck. This is a shadow Hypno, so that's going to take a lot of damage from this Dark Pulse. So they're most likely going to have to shield, and they do. And we're just so spammy. We can get to these Dark Pulses very fast. I'm a little worried about that Thunder Punch, so I shield just to be safe. We might have been able to tank that one, I'm not sure. But I just throw 1 more Snarl, and we're going to throw another Snarl, or another Dark Pulse, sorry, at the Hypno. And they burn their last shield. And they make a very, very good swap, catching the Dark Pulse with their Beedrill, but you see Dark Pulse did like 50% damage anyways, so it really wasn't that bad for us. We could actually just farm up with this Lapras. And I decide I'm going to save my shield because I expect that Hypno to have a Thunder Punch ready to go, and I'm just going to farm. So I go for the farm, and this Hypno pretty much has nothing to do, so they concede the match. Because even if they got the charge move, we would have shielded, and we would have had a surf ready to go. And yeah, so we win that game. And Bora Taro is our last opponent, and they're going to be leading Alolan Raticate, which does resist dark moves, and so they're taking resisted damage from these Snarls and the Dark Pulse. They are neutral to poison, and so you probably just want to go straight Sludge Wave. That's the safer bet. They're likely not going to shield, so it's really not that worthy to, like, it's not really worth, you know, shield baiting with Dark Pulse. So I just go straight Sludge Wave. It's only one more quick move anyway, so yeah. Alright, but now here, they are low enough where we probably could knock them out with a Dark Pulse, so I decided to throw it anyways. And it does knock them out, so yeah, having a little knowledge of like what range you can throw a Dark Pulse to knock them out will save you energy in the long run. So then they come in with a Beedrill, again taking neutral damage from Dark Pulse, which is why I like Dark Pulse a lot. I like Muk a lot because a lot of Pokemon are neutral to Dark, and so it's a really good Pokemon to have, and it's very spammy. So yeah, okay, here comes the Pidgeot, gonna do super effective damage against this Beedrill, and we don't really need to shield anything, because obviously we resist the drill runs, and then maybe Sludge Bomb would have been a bad move for us, but not many people run Sludge Bomb on their Beedrills. They just usually run X Scissor and then Drill Run. So yeah, anyways, we throw the Brave Bird, they don't shield it, and we dip out. Pidgeot just like being super annoying in this set for our opponents, and they realize they can't win, and so they concede the match, and we go 5-0. This is a team without Alolan Marowak, and so yes, we did use Alolan Muk, but I think it was kind of somewhat spicy using the Pidgeot. And so if you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully my audio worked this time, because the last video I had complications, all sorts of problems ever since I updated. I really regret doing that. So if you haven't updated your Mac yet, if you have a Mac computer, just hold off a little bit because it is a little buggy. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all my patrons and all you guys for subscribing. We just hit 9,000 subscribers recently. I'm so excited for that. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys in the next one.